Welcome back, everyone. We will be starting the next session shortly. Just a reminder, information about how to submit questions and how to access French captions can be found in the chat. Our first speaker this hour is Mary Salvani. Mary was an ambassador for the Alberta Parks Push to Open program and is passionate about educating others about the importance of access for all to parks and nature. She is currently pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Social Justice and Catholic Studies at St. Mary University in Calgary, Alberta. Welcome, Mary.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Salvani. I was born with dyspraxia. It is a disability that affects me in many ways, including vision and mobility. I love being in parks. I also love helping people access parks. I used to be an ambassador with Alberta Parks Inclusion Program Push to Open. My job with Push to Open was to educate people about the fact people with disabilities do belong outside. Oftentimes, I would ask questions that make people think, such as, do you think people with mobility disabilities can go up mountains, or must they always walk and roll their wheelchairs flat on the ground? Do you think people with balance issues and vision loss can do things like kayaking safely? These are the questions I often asked when I was trying to challenge people's beliefs and thoughts about what people with disabilities can and cannot do. Next slide. That's the next one after that. One of the biggest barriers to accessing parks in general is the lack of affordable, accessible transportation. In Calgary, we have a paratransit shared ride door-to-door program called Calgary Transit Access. With my bus pass, I can book a ride to Red Arrow's downtown office. Unfortunately, for reasons I don't understand, CTA does not accept the Canadian National Institute for the Blind membership card as a form of payment. For those with disabilities who prefer to use Calgary Transit, they can use the bus or C-train to get around to their destination using their bus pass or ticket. The buses and trains vehicles are deemed to be accessible. For those with vision loss, they can use their Canadian National Institute for the Blind membership card to ride regular transit services. On it, Regional Transit provides rides from Calgary to Banff and Canmore. To make sure that the bus they're using is wheelchair accessible, they require riders to call ahead of time a booking to request a wheelchair accessible bus. The cost to ride on it is $1 one way, $20 round trip. In addition to riding on it, riders with an on-it ticket can use that ticket to ride in Canmore and Banff's local bus service Rome to their destination within Banff National Park. All of Rome's buses are 100% wheelchair accessible. For people with vision loss, Rome's buses do tell the riders what stop they are going to be at and what the next stop automatically is. Next slide. Okay, next slide to that one. Yep. Another barrier people with disabilities is a lack of affordable and accessible places to stay at. I don't know of any hostel, hotel, motel in Banff that is totally wheelchair accessible. I do know that there's a place in Canmore called the Canmore Rotary House. It is a condo unit that sleeps up to 7 people. The Canmore Rotary House is co-owned by the Calgary Scope Society. The Calgary Scope Society specializes in working with people who have developmental disabilities throughout their lifespan. They renovated the condo unit to be 100% accessible for people with a variety of disabilities. If I'm doing a multi-day trip to the mountain, I usually stay at the Canmore Rotary House when I'm going to Banff. Some days I stay there with my family and friends, and sometimes I stay with friends. It's at least 2 blocks away from where the Onit bus stops and picks up people in Canmore. From there, I can usually take the Onit bus to Banff. Next slide. The third issue people with disabilities face is that not all trails are designed to be accessible. When the trail can't be made accessible, I often say adapt the user so that they can use the trail safely. In the photo, you can see my friends and I are on a very narrow bridge that is over top of a small creek. I am sitting in a one-wheel all-terrain wheelchair called a Park Explorer. I have a friend in the front pulling it and another friend pushing and balancing it behind me. Shortly after this picture was taken, the bridge broke. Everyone on the trip is used to operating the wheelchair safely throughout the Canadian Rockies. Those who came from Community Resource Initiative Society Chris Kelowna take people with disabilities every day into BC's Rocky Mountains. We decided together that with the friend who was holding the wheelchair at the back would do a fireman's throw and his wife would catch me on the other side. We didn't change our route or our plans at all. We went up the top of the mountain. On the way down, the wheelchair brake broke, but despite those things, I still felt safe with everyone. We did not pave the trail or flatten it. We adapted ourselves so that we could go hiking together. Everyone had a role to play. My job was to make sure the line of communication was open between all of us and to remind my friends to remain hydrated. Next slide. As you can see in the video, I am going down a steep set of stairs. We were using on the Canadian Mount Everest Trail. It is short and steep hike to go to the peak. Someone is holding my trailer at the back, directing the person in the front to get down to the parking lot safely. The wheelchair was designed by a former mayor of Vancouver after he became disabled. It has been up a lot of trails with people with disabilities in the Canadian Rockies, Mount Kilimanjaro in Nepal, and Mount Everest. Please play the video.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have motion sickness.
What's that?
Luckily, I don't have motion sickness.
Ah, she's in the car.
When people with disabilities have the support they want and need, they can do anything from hiking to kayaking and skiing. There are organizations such as Chris Kelowna, and as you can see in the photos above, which is on the next slide, based is Rocky Mountain Adaptive Sports, which is based here in Canmore, Alberta, but often goes to Banff as well. These photos of me skiing with the instructor from Rocky Mountain Adaptive Sports Center was taken at Banff's Sunshine Village Ski Resort. It was my first day of downhill skiing. I didn't fall while going downhill. The only time I fell was when I tried to go uphill on the magic carpet conveyor belt. Everything from the ski boots to the skis to the poles to the helmet, gondola ride, and instructor was provided free of charge by the owner of Rocky Mountain Adaptive Sports Center. RMASC goal is to remove as many barriers as possible so people with disabilities can enjoy doing a variety of activities outside in the Canadian Rockies. Chris Kelowna is their BC brother agency. They do the same work RMASC does. The only difference is that they are based in Kelowna, BC. I've met the owners of both groups when I was volunteering with Alberta Parks Push to Open program. I wish everyone with disabilities across Canada had access to these type of groups that help people with disabilities enjoy the outdoors. Next slide. Not all disabilities are visible. Here's a clip of me and some of other disabled Push to Open ambassadors riding ATVs. This video does show that with the right support, people with disabilities can do whatever they want to do outside.
What do I say? Hi, Mom?
Excited about going for a trail ride?
Yeah.
Jane?
You let me know when you're getting tired of it, and then I'll give you.
The goal of Alberta's Parks Push to Open program is that everyone has the support they need to be fully included in nature.
Go to your left a bit.
For Kara, that means that she's now able to go down a path through the forest near Drayton Valley.
It's called a trail rider, and it's just one of the many things that allow us to modify the user, not the environment, to make it possible for people to do different sorts of things. The trail rider in particular has actually been up to Mount Kilimanjaro and to the base camp of Mount Everest.
Feel like it's getting away from you guys? Just let me know and I'll break.
And it just shows that with some determination and teamwork and a big fat wheel, you can get almost anywhere.
In the back, you're just concerned about balance and then keeping your hand close to the brake. If you start going down a good downhill, the person driving it's Kara though. She's the one in charge. She tells us when we're going too fast, tells us if she's not feeling safe or not feeling comfortable. It's all about teamwork within the team. And the person in the trail rider is as much part of the team as anyone else.
Shelley is the other trail.
A quote from my friend Cecile Bull. When one has been pushed to the periphery, benched, pushed aside, ignored, and told they better sit out, it is beyond comprehension that there would be a time when you could try things without criticism, without good-hearted competition, and with acceptance. Cecile Bull, Alberta Parks Push to Open Ambassador, 2008. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Any questions?
Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We do have a couple of questions come in. When you were using the trail rider, was it easy to access a trail rider in the Rockies, or was there a designated place you picked it up, or did you access it through an organization like Rocky Mountain Adaptive?
It is, you can access it through Alberta Parks, through various places within the park system, like Fish Creek Provincial Park, and also now William Watson Lodge. However, in my case, I accessed it through Rocky Mountain Adaptive Sports. They take it anywhere, wherever you are.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. And the ones that the provincial parks, the Alberta parks, are offering, does that then come with the volunteers that are needed in order to be able to utilize the trail rider, or is that something that you were having to provide yourself?
That's something you will have to provide yourself. They will train you how to do it.
Oh, good. Very nice. And do you have any other experience using some of the other adaptive equipment, like all-terrain wheelchairs and things like that when you've been out?
Yeah, I've also used the new park wheelchair that they have. That's a tricycle one. I actually helped them develop the new electronic wheelchair that they have, so that one does not require volunteers. However, that one doesn't go up as steep a trail as the one that you've seen in the video does.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. I think we'll leave it there for now. And what we'll do is we'll send over all the additional questions for you to answer at a later
Okay.
time. Amazing.
All right.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you.